I used to think dreams were harmless. Just pictures and feelings in your head while you sleep. Weird sometimes, maybe scary, but they couldn't hurt you. I don't think that anymore. It started about a month ago. My life was normal. I worked at a small hardware store in town. Lived alone in a quiet apartment. Went to bed early, watched TV, ate frozen dinners. Nothing special. But one night, everything changed. That's when the dreams started. And they didn't stay dreams for long. The first dream was about a car crash. I was standing on the sidewalk near the old gas station on Main Street. It was dark. The sky was heavy with clouds. I could smell rain coming. A red car sped by, too fast for that road. Then a black pickup truck shot out from the side street and slammed into it. The sound was awful. Metal bent like it was made of paper. The red car spun twice and smashed into a streetlight pole. I saw shattered glass fly through the air. I heard someone scream. Then I woke up. My heart was racing. I sat up in bed, gasping for air, my hands shaking. The clock said 3:12 a.m. I turned on the lamp beside my bed and just sat there, trying to calm down. It felt real. Too real. But it was just a dream, right? The next morning, I made toast and turned on the news while pouring myself a cup of coffee. I nearly dropped the mug. There it was, footage of the crash I had just dreamed about. Late night accident on Main Street, the reporter said. Behind her was a picture of the gas station. The same one from my dream. The red car was twisted around a pole. The front of the black pickup was smashed in. They said the driver of the red car was a nurse named Megan Bell. 24 years old. She was in the hospital in critical condition. The driver of the pickup ran off and hadn't been found yet. I stared at the screen, stunned. It was the exact crash I saw. The exact cars. The exact location. The scream. Even the cloudy sky. It hadn't been just a dream. I tried to brush it off. Maybe I had seen something similar in real life, and my brain made it into a dream. Maybe I drove past the gas station earlier that week, and it stuck with me. That could happen, right? I kept telling myself it was a coincidence. But then it happened again. 2 nights later, I dreamt about a man standing on top of a parking garage. It was raining, people were shouting from below, trying to stop him. A woman in a yellow coat kept yelling his name, Mark. He looked down, cried, then jumped. I woke up crying. And again, the morning news showed it. Man jumps from downtown garage, the headline said. Mark Williams, his wife had tried to stop him. She was wearing a yellow raincoat. That was when I started to panic. Something was wrong. I wasn't just dreaming, I was seeing things before they happened. I went to a therapist. I didn't know what else to do. I sat in her office, on a soft gray couch, and told her everything. She listened, she nodded, she asked questions. Have you had dreams like this before? No, I said. Never. Not until now. She said maybe I was under stress, that my dreams were just weird versions of things I noticed without realizing. Our minds work in strange ways, she said. I wanted to believe that, but I didn't. That night, I had another dream. This time, it was a house fire. In the dream, I stood across the street from a small white house. A little dog barked behind a fence. The windows glowed orange. Then fire burst out of the roof, fast and angry. Someone screamed inside. I woke up choking for breath, my skin cold with sweat. I grabbed my phone and checked the news, nothing yet. But by lunchtime, there it was. Early morning fire kills woman on West Park Street. The photo showed the same white house from my dream. The article said a faulty wire started the fire. The woman's name was Claire. She died in her sleep. I couldn't breathe. That was 3 dreams. 3 deaths. All real. I stopped sleeping. I drank coffee all day. Energy drinks. I walked circles around my apartment all night. Watched late-night TV. I even left the lights on when I tried to lie down, hoping that would help. It didn't. My body gave out eventually. And when it did, the dreams came back stronger. A bus crash, a man stabbed in a parking lot. A missing boy found in the woods, frozen. Each time, I saw it happen. Each time, it came true. I stopped going to therapy. What was the point? No one believed me. I sounded crazy, but I knew the truth. Something was happening to me, and it wasn't over. Then the dreams started getting personal. One night, I dreamt I was brushing my teeth, standing in front of the bathroom mirror. I looked tired, pale, with bags under my eyes. Then I saw something behind me in the mirror. A figure. Tall, dark, with long, thin arms. No face, just a black shape. I turned around, but nothing was there. I looked back at the mirror, and my reflection was smiling. But I wasn't. I jolted awake, nearly falling out of bed. I covered all the mirrors in my apartment after that. I couldn't look at them. I taped towels over them, turned them around, or put them in the closet. But I still felt like something was watching me. I started writing the dreams down. Every detail. I bought a notebook and kept it next to my bed. One night, I dreamed of a little girl running into the road outside a corner store. A delivery truck came fast around the corner. She didn't see it. I couldn't stop thinking about it, so I went to that store the next morning. And I waited. Around noon, I saw her, the same little girl from the dream. She dropped her toy and ran into the street. The truck was coming. I ran and grabbed her, yanking her out of the way just in time. The truck driver hit the brakes and shouted at me, but we were safe. The girl's mother hugged her, crying. I didn't stay. I left before anyone could ask too many questions. For the first time, I had stopped one. I had changed it after that. I kept trying to stop them. If I dreamed about someone being hurt, I tried to find them. If I saw a place I recognized, I went there. Sometimes I was too late. Sometimes I was wrong, but once in a while, I made a difference. But it took a toll. I stopped working. I barely ate. I barely spoke to anyone. I was exhausted and afraid, but I couldn't stop. And then came the worst dream of all. In this dream, I saw myself. I was lying in my bed, asleep. The room was dark, but the air felt heavy, like something was wrong. Then I saw a shadow crawl across the ceiling. It dropped down slowly, like a spider. It hovered over my body and whispered my name. I woke up gasping. My chest felt like it was full of rocks. My skin burned cold. I turned on all the lights in my apartment. I didn't go back to bed. The next night, I dreamed the same thing again. The figure was closer this time. I started to lose track of time. I didn't know what was real anymore. I'd see news reports and not remember if I had dreamed them or watched them. I'd hear voices whispering my name when no one was around. I'd see movement in the corner of my eye, shapes that vanished when I looked. I was unraveling, then one night, I dreamed of my own death. In the dream, I was walking to the kitchen. Everything was normal. I reached for a glass of water. And then I saw it again, the dark figure behind me. It grabbed me from behind and dragged me into the hallway. I screamed, but no one came. I couldn't move. My chest crushed inward. My vision went black. I woke up on the floor, gasping, I don't sleep anymore. Not really, and if I do, it's only for minutes at a time. Just enough to keep me alive. I still dream, still see things. Sometimes I write them down. Sometimes I try to stop them. But they're getting worse, more violent, more real. And now, the figure doesn't just show up in my dreams. Sometimes I see it when I'm awake. In the mirror, in the shadows, in the corner of my room. It watches me, follows me, whispers my name. I don't know how much longer I can take this.
But if I lay down and I play dead and I stay dead, maybe you'll get